For more on this, I'm joined from Berlin by Ruby Hen, father of an Israeli hostage. Ruby, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Your son Itay was a 19-year-old American serving with Israeli forces on the Gaza border when he went missing on October the 7th. It's now been 669 days since you last saw him. Can you share what those days have been like for you, and how have you been coping?
Well, first, thanks for having me. We are here in Berlin because Itay is also a German citizen. The feeling of myself and my wife, it feels like we have been beamed up to a suspended alternative universe where we see and feel things differently and are not part of the normal course of daily activities, as all of our time is dedicated to bringing our son back home.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is to propose the full reoccupation of Gaza when he meets his security cabinet at some point today. As a hostage family member, will this new plan be the best way to bring back your loved ones and the remaining hostages who are still being held inside of Gaza?
So, we are family members. Some people would even say that we are collateral damage of a bigger issue. I listened to the esteemed doctor previously, and we all understand that there are human rights also for the hostages. But just to say, we are all children of God. We all walk this planet together, and I don't think that there should be competition on pain. We are all suffering, including the Palestinian people in Gaza that have been used as human shields from a terrorist organization that are using them and see benefit even by seeing the suffering and the starvation. Because there is food in Gaza. It just doesn't get to who it needs to get to. And we have to say that we are a bit surprised, at least my family. We met Mr. Steve Witkoff on Saturday that shared with us that his plan is based on two components: ceasefire and getting all the hostages out in one shot. And yesterday we had the Prime Minister saying what his plan is. So I have to say it is a bit confusing because we understood that the United States and Israel are on the same page. So we are also waiting to understand if the Prime Minister is just using the media, or if there's substance behind those statements.
And your meeting with Steve Witkoff that you said that you had, how supportive has Steve Witkoff and the US Republican Party been for you during this, as you say, collateral damage that you've had to deal with?
So I have to say, we as US citizens have always kept this a bipartisan issue and never wanted to get into politics. With the previous administration, we had a very unique relationship where we also met Mr. Jake Sullivan, former National Security Advisor, more than 20 times. And when this administration changed, we also were able to build a very positive relationship with them. I think Mr. Steve Witkoff on Saturday spending almost 3 hours of his time is, we need to admire the fact that he did that, and he answered almost all the questions that the families had. And you feel that he feels a part of our family, as he also lost a child in his past. And we see the dedication from the President of the United States to Mr. Steve Witkoff that spends a lot of time on this, and having the support of the United States to put an end to this. But I do agree with the esteemed doctor, and I also believe that we need to see the international community intervene here, as it has taken 22 months, and it does not seem that we have the horizon for the last hostage coming out, as well as the humanitarian aid and the rehabilitation of Gaza. And I would call the international community, both in the EU and the United States, to be more involved, bring the parties together to a summit that basically says nobody leaves until we have a deal done and we end this conflict that has been going on for too long.
And as you said to me earlier, Steve Witkoff had a very different conversation about their future plan when it comes to getting the hostages out and when it comes to Gaza. I just want to know what your message is right now to hostage families, people of loved ones, and the US and Israeli government about what should happen next and what you hope the future will hold.
So we have 50 hostages, male and female, that have been in this fight and this journey for too long. And we just need to find a way to end the suffering of the people, of the hostages, as well as the people that are there in Gaza, that I also believe, there's hunger in Gaza. I don't think anyone could dispute that. But what we do know is that also the hostages have been dealt very inhumane. The International Red Cross have not been provided any access to the hostages, not provide any type of medical attention. I have no acknowledgement from Hamas to this day about the fact that is he in their possession, and B, what his physical status is. And I hope that you agree with me, and I am sure all the viewers would say that is the lowest type of psychological terrorism that any parent can endure. And that should be unacceptable by the international community. And the fact that Hamas, are able to get by with that, I think is unacceptable. And I would just finish by saying that the Palestinian Authority legally is the representative of all the Palestinian people, including Hamas. So I would also argue and say that also the Palestinian Authority has that responsibility as well to take the.
Ruby Shen, I am sorry, we appear to have lost your line there, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining us. That was Ruby Shen. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I do apologize. We did lose connection, but once again, thank you so much for speaking to us this evening.